Hi guys, this is Tina. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm here to have a bit more fun with working with stamps in different ways. So using your basic stamps in different ways for your junk journals. So again, I'm going to take my Stays On ink. You know, we've talked about this before. I really love the Stays On inks. And then I'm just pulled in a few of my favourite stamps. You know, I know I've talked about this before. Really, I mean, I have got a ton of stamps, but honestly, I just come back to the same old favourites, you know, all the time. And then what I have done is pulled in some of my food coloured paper. And I'm just going to stamp a few of my images on the food coloured paper, because I don't know about you, but I mean, sometimes I just get stuck in the rut of stamping my, you know, my stamped images just in kind of black on either white or, you know, maybe kind of coffee dyed coloured paper and things like that. And it's so nice and so fun to actually just have a play around with your, you know, your stamps and your inks and your, you know, different coloured papers and things like that to produce some different fun images and things. So I'm just pulling out a couple more pieces here that I'm also probably going to use. So literally just, yeah, just a couple more. I mean, I'm saying a couple more. Look at me, I'm just pulling out tons and tons, just to kind of experiment and have a play around with. So I'm going to take, first of all, my Saddle Brown Stays On. And again, if you watched my previous video where we used the decorative papers, I had obviously used this Saddle Brown Stays On quite a bit in that video. I mean, I love this colour. It's quite a, I mean, I guess I would call it like a bright sort of brown. And it will come out differently on different types of papers. Now, again, this stamp here, this is a Crafty Individual stamp. I'm not sure whether this stamp might have been retired, actually. But it's quite a juicy one. So if you've got stamps that are quite juicy, it's quite a good idea to just stamp them out a couple of times on some rough paper. So maybe some book pages or something like that, to make sure you're getting a good overall impression from your stamp before actually stamping it on your good paper. So that's all I'm doing here. I mean, you can probably see, but already that's, you know, not come out brilliantly on there. So just play around. And I'm standing up to do my stamping because, you know, I really do find that you do get a better image or better impression from standing up when stamping. So I'm just going over that with my Stays On, and then just put it down here. Now, obviously I have a pile of paper here, so I need to be a little bit careful that I'm not like half on and half off of some of the paper under this, because obviously then that again is going to affect the quality of my stamped image. But can you see how gorgeous that image looks? I mean, like I say, I have stamped this a lot of times, obviously in just black on coffee dyed paper, and sometimes on brown, in brown on coffee dyed paper. But look at that beautiful image on that blue. It just is so stunning, isn't it? And, you know, I just think it just breathes new life into your stamps. If you just kind of literally stamp a few different colours or different coloured papers, different colour inks, it's kind of like being, you know, going shopping again and having a whole new bunch of things to play with, because they look so very different. You know, and for me, that just kind of refreshes my interest in them all over again without having to buy new stuff. And, you know, that's what it's all about, isn't it? After all, without having to buy new stuff, it's nice to dig out your old supplies and get enjoyment and pleasure from them all over again. So again, I'm taking this one, and again, just going to stamp that down here like that. And I mean, essentially, most of these are the same stamps that I used in the decorative papers video. But again, you can probably see how different that they look just on these papers. Let me just bring in, if I can find it. Oh, can I find it? One of these that I stamped in the previous video. And of course, now I can't find it. I wonder if it's here on my desk. No, I can't find it, I'm afraid. But I've obviously set it aside, ready for another project. but they really do look quite different, you know, even though they're essentially, you know, I'm just using the same stamps. But just by mixing up your coloured inks, your coloured papers, it's quite an economical way of breathing new life into your supplies, I think. So again, just check this is, you know, providing a nice impression. Yeah, it is. And again, just ink that up like that. And just go here this time. There we go. I mean, you can see I've got a little splotch of coffee on there. It doesn't bother me. That looks really nice. You know, it's not ruined the stamped image at all. You know, if anything, it probably adds a bit of interest and makes it look nicer still. So here I've got my large postcard stamp. I love this stamp. I've had this stamp for years and years and years. And, you know, it again is one of those stamps that I've just pulled out and really used and used and used. So it's often worth buying, you know, a really nice kind of scripty or postcard or something like that, stamp that you're just going to get years of use out of. So just go over that again. Just again, stamp it out a second time. You know, make sure you're kind of getting a good stamped impression from there. Like that. And I'm just going to go back here to the quite dark side, and now I've just noticed I am halfway off the paper underneath, so I hope that I'm still going to get a good image. I may not. There we go. Isn't that gorgeous? I mean, I just love that colour so much. I could just literally like, oh, look at that all day. It's just gorgeous, isn't it? And then again, I'm just going to bring in some of my lovely crafty individual stamps that are just here beside me in these packets. And again, I've got this gorgeous you know, butterfly on the script background, so I'm just going to take that and we'll just ink this up. Now again, I'm going to stamp this, oh, dropped it then. I'm going to stamp that out onto the book page a couple of times because, you know, again, it's quite a juicy stamp. Okay, like that. Oh, isn't that a lovely stamp? I mean, you can even see that through the text and everything else, but it's gorgeous, isn't it? So just going to, I think I'll come in here with this. I'm going to take it off in case it falls off of that stamp block. Oh, doesn't that look just so scrumptious? I just absolutely love it. Really, really gorgeous. Now this is just, this is actually just over copy paper thickness. I think it's like, I think it's 102 GSM or something like that. It's a bit of a random number, but it's thicker than your normal copy paper, but it's only thin paper, if you see what I mean. So it's thicker than normal, but you know, it's certainly, it's not card or anything like that. Can I get that in there? No, I'll just go up here a bit. I'll probably need my bigger block. Which, have I got it? Is that going to be big enough? No, I'm not sure. Not sure that's quite big enough. Well, let's try. Okay. I mean, isn't that gorgeous? I just love how that looks. Absolutely love how it looks. Have I got some other stamps that I would like to do on here? Probably that might be it for that colour. I also had some, I thought I brought some pink with me. Right, I'm back now with my sort of pinky colour. So I might pull in my royal purple. Again, I mean, I haven't tried this. I don't know what this will look like on this pink, but I'm hoping it will look really pretty. So just going to do a little stamped image here onto the book page using this postage stamp. That's a lovely colour, isn't it? Really scrumptious. So I'm just going to stamp a couple of those. Just there in the corner. Aren't they lovely? Like that. And then again, let's try that butterfly. Oops, best do this on here in case it's still got some ink on the stamp that's on the other side of the block. Okay. Right, so this is quite a juicy pad because I haven't really used this very much at all. So just ink that up like that. Oh, isn't that lovely? Just love it. So I'm just going to then ink that up again. And we'll just then go for that here. Like that. That's so pretty, isn't it? Yeah, I love that. So let me just pop that out of the way. And let's do one of those postcard stamps again. Okay. Just again, stamp it down. It's a really nice crisp stamp, this postcard one. Again, I'm so sorry, but I really don't know. Although, actually, this might be the Prima Marketing one. I feel like, actually, did I pull this from a packet in the previous video? I can't remember, I'm afraid. Isn't that lovely? They're gorgeous, aren't they? So I'm going to stamp a couple in, I think, in brown onto the pink as well. I'll just stamp that off so the stamp's not inky anymore. And I'm just going to again use that saddle brown. Okay, just go over there again. Like that, and I probably can get that up there, I think. Isn't that lovely? So, I mean, actually, I think the purple and the brown look equally as nice on that pink. It's just gorgeous colour, isn't it? So let's try the timber brown and see how the timber brown looks. So again, just tear my pages off. And I think I'll do this one again now. Stand up again for this one because this is, I know that this, you know, takes a lot more pressing down. Okay, hopefully one last time should do it. Okie doke, move that out the way, put that down here. Oh, that's gorgeous on there, isn't it? Hopefully you can see that. And then what else could I stamp on here? I've got my frame. So again, I used this frame, I think, in the last video. So let me just move the stuff out the way a little bit. So let's do another brown one. Hopefully that will stamp okay. Oh, look at that gorgeous stamp. I mean, some stamps are just so lovely, aren't they? And I know, you know, really boring. I'm going on and on about the same things, but I just think, you know, I can't stress enough. If you've got some lovely stamps that you really, really do love using, you know, just mixing them up like this, you can just really, honestly, get pleasure from them all over again. So, I mean, that's come out slightly faded on that side, which that's a bit of a shame, but it was probably my shoddy stamping, to be honest. So, and, you know, my desk is obviously one of those old wobbly desks. So, of course, you know, I'm not on a stable surface, so it's not going to be the best surface for stamping on, to be honest. There we go. I mean, I'm right touching that, but never mind. It's obviously, you know, that image has come out a lot better than obviously the previous one. So it's all good. And I'm just going to put that back in the packet before I then lose that, because that's always a possibility. Okay. Right, just pop that away in the drawer. And then I might just stamp a couple of the little postage stamps on here as well. In just the, I might do a couple in the dark brown. And actually, I'm just thinking we haven't done anything on this pink paper in the timber brown, which I think the timber brown would look actually really nice on this paper. Oh, we did that one. So that's those, and then let me just pop these away. I did some before I obviously came on, which were not on the thin copyweight paper. So I'm just going to share those with you and show you, you know, some other ones that I've done. So this is on thicker, sort of more cardstock weight paper. This is in the green colour. And then obviously this again is in the blue. Again, it's on the thicker weight paper. I've got 1 or 2 different stamps there. And then again, some more on the pale pink, more on the green. And then, you know, this is just to kind of give you like an idea of, you know, how traditionally, I don't know about you guys, but I'm always just straight away go for the coffee dyed paper, go for the black ink and stamp them like that. And I'm not saying that there's anything wrong with that at all. You know, that's absolutely gorgeous too. But, I mean, like these 2 images, they look quite different, don't they, on the different colours. And so I think, you know, there's a whole nother world to be enjoyed by just mixing up your backgrounds and things. And then finally I did these ones as well before coming on as well. Again, it's in that lovely dark blue, again on the sort of thicker, more card type paper. So, you know, just to give you some ideas really of different things that you can do. I mean, actually, again, just here, the comparison between these 2 postcard stamps, it's quite different, you know, and so really you can get a lot more out of your stamps, I think, you know, once you're a bit bored of them and, you know, possibly start shopping online to look for some new ones. If you just, you know, bring out some different coloured papers, some different coloured inks, it might just reinvigorate your interest in your stamps again. So that's some of those, and I thought we could just maybe make 1 or 2 pieces now with some of the stamped pieces that we've got. So I'm just going to have a quick tidy up so that I haven't got so much at the side of me, and then we'll do that. Right, I just had a little bit of a tidy up so that I haven't got so much stuff just laying around to the side of me and, you know, toppling onto the floor. So all I've got here, this is just some scrapbook paper that I have coffee dyed, and, you know, it's just a sort of leftover scrap. And I thought that we could just use this. Now, weirdly, I know this is really, really weird. I'm not quite sure why this was calling me, but this was some of my Victorian Florals set 3 pages, which are again left over here from something else. Now, for some weird reason, and, you know, yeah, maybe this is way off. You know, maybe I would just totally think, no way. But for some reason, this blue with that, it was just calling me. I don't have a clue why. So let's have a go and just see how it would be. Yeah, don't ask me why that was calling to me. I mean, that's the most bizarre combination. And of course, it's not lending itself to go with one another or anything else. But, you know, just sometimes when you've just got to try something to get it out of your system, that's a little bit how I'm feeling. Have to just get it out of my system. Otherwise, it's just going to keep on, you know, flashing through. So that's how that looks on there. I'm not sure. I'm not sure. For some reason, it's yelling to me to do it, but I'm not sure whether I can actually make it work. So let me just see whether, you know, how it looks on something else. Oh, that is kind of nice on there. Let me just have a look and see what other scraps I've got here to the side of me. Actually, I have even got a scrap of this, so perhaps I will use the scrap. Right, let's just cut that down, and then wonder if we just have like a bit of a scrap sort of there. Do you know, even as I'm holding it there, I'm like undecided. I don't know whether that really looks nice or not. There's something about it that's pulling me, and something about it that my brain is saying, what are you thinking? Don't be ridiculous. What do you guys think? If only I were live and you could all answer me. You would obviously all be screaming, no, what is wrong with you? Why would you even be considering that? Yeah, I've no idea. But for some reason, I can't get it quite to leave me. Oh, do you know what? Let's just go for it, because sometimes you have got to just go with what your instincts are shouting, haven't you? So let's just stick that down here. Okie dokie. I'm sure this is going to be a massive mistake, and I will think, no way, once it's done. But I've just got to do it, because until I do, I can't quite get rid of that feeling of wanting to use it. So yeah, who knows what that's about? Who knows why that would be even remotely entering my head to use those two pieces together. I have no idea. Right, let's just pull in a little bit of doily and see whether a bit of doily will sort of tie them in. So we've got that. I mean, again, is that sort of really strange, but there's something striking about that that's making me just continue on. Is that better, or the really bright one? Let's go for the really bright one. You know, in for a penny, in for a pound, to be honest, at this point, because we're doing something really like oddly clashy. So let's just go for it now. Okay. That's quite nice. Yeah, I'm still going for it. I'm not sure what's going on in my mind, but okay. Pop that one down there. Sometimes it's just nice to do something really daring and different, isn't it? I mean, life, sometimes it's, you know, we're just too predictable and always go for the safe option. It's kind of nice to do something really like out there and wild, even if afterwards you're, you know, questioning your own sanity and wondering why on earth you did that at all, whatever possessed you to do it. Sometimes it's just got to be done, hasn't it? Maybe that, or maybe if I have like a brownish piece, it will kind of bring it, you know, the balance. Let's have a look. I've got that one. This may be the wrong shape. It's not bad, actually. Not bad, I think. Okay, I'm gonna just go for it, I think. So let's just pop this bit down. Like that. I've been videoing back to back all morning, and this must be about my 4th video. So do you know what? I'm thinking maybe that's what's going on. Perhaps I have genuinely lost the plot now. Maybe I'm just gone mad. And, you know, kind of I will get up tomorrow and I'll come up here and see my craft supplies and what's laying around on my desk and just be like, what was going on? What was I thinking? Why did I do that? Yeah, maybe that's going to happen. Might do, mightn't it? You know, who knows? Who knows? Right. I'm hoping that it's going to turn out really nice and we'll all be pleasantly surprised, you know, myself included, but I'm not sure. Not convinced, I've got to be truthful. Now, do we think it needs more blue, or is that kind of a good balance just now? Maybe that's a better balance just now. Now, with regards to lace and things, thinking like that. Now, what about a butterfly or something? Sorry, just rummaging with my stamps that I've now cleared off of my desk, but they're still only to the side of me, so they're not kind of off and out the way, they're just off of my desk. Well, not that. Definitely not that. Oops, not that. Just keep that one out for a minute. I mean, is that weird, having a butterfly by the picture of a butterfly? What about if we have that in the middle of the picture of the butterfly? Oh, I'm going to have to stand up and look down on that again. I mean, I know it's a completely different breed of butterfly, and possibly, you know, that's making it look strange. Let me see whether I've got one that's like closer in shape. No. I mean, I have, I'm sure, but I mean, that's closer in shape, but it's obviously huge. I have got these lovely stamped ones. I'm not sure. I am not sure about this. This will be one of those videos that I just, you know, it'll just go down in history on my channel of, oh my gosh, what was she thinking? I wonder if that's a better colour. Right, do you know what? I'm going to stop mucking about and I'm going to actually glue that doily down and glue that butterfly piece down, because I do like that, to be honest. It, you know, weirdly, yeah, no idea why I like it, and I'm probably in the minority, I'm sure, but let's just be brave and just, you know, do something different, push ourselves out of our comfort zone, because sometimes it's so easy to do the predictable thing, you know, the thing that you always do, and you know, that's boring, isn't it? It's boring to be always doing the safe thing. You know, sometimes it's good to just go, oh, you know, blow it, let's just do the not safe thing, let's do the weird and wonderful thing. Right, what I'm going to do is just ink those couple of butterflies up. So I'm going to ink up this one. Oops. And I'm going to also ink up this one. Okay. Let's have a look. So if we had that there, oh my gosh, and that there. Oh, the amount of times that I just wish that I was live and I could ask you guys. I'm also wondering whether I want this actually on book page. Do you know, I'm just going to cut a little bit of book page around there so as I can try that. Because, you know, sometimes you can't tell unless you try something, can you? So it's worth having a look. Just get rid of that. I know that book page is upside down, but, you know, aside from that. Oh, gosh, and there was also 2 sheets, look. Right, let's ink that up. And that's not very easy to ink, it's very thin and flimsy. Okay. Right, again, I'm just going to have to stand up and look down on this and just see what I think. So that's with the book page, that's without the book page. I think for me, I'm preferring it without. Again, I'm possibly in the minority there, but let's just glue this down. Like that. Okay, And then do we want, this is the question, do we want this and this? Let me stand up and see again. I mean, it does make it more interesting, doesn't it? Otherwise it's just like, it's just that. Let's go for it. Let's go for it. So again, just glue that like that. So I'm putting this one in first. I mean, it's a little bit like decoupage, I guess, but, you know, not the decoupage like with napkin, but, you know, when you decoupage up like, well, now I'm thinking, is that the right word? Yeah, it is the right word, isn't it? You know, when you buy the packs and you decoupage up like, you know, the roses and the getting smaller and smaller pieces. It's a bit like that. Now, what I'm going to do, I think, oh, that's not really straight on there. That's a bit annoying, isn't it? Oh, well, never mind. What I'm going to do is just take, I think, some brads. Oops. Again, let's use those tiny ones. 1, 2, oops, 3, 4. Okay, and I'm going to put them in each of those 4 corners. So just get my pokey tool out and my book pages, and I'm just going to go through each corner. So 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, like that, and oops, just pop them through. Oh, I forgot that was on the other side. That was weird. And I turned the page over and it was like, oh, I've got that red that red gingham paper there. Well, it's not really red, but you know, that orangey gingham paper. Okay, and then the last one through here. Like that. Okay, right. Press them down like that. Okay, we can obviously have our little butterfly wings coming up hopefully a bit. So it's got a bit more of a 3D thing going on there. That's nice. Right. And then what I think I'm going to do is I'm going to ink this up quite a bit around the edges. Like that. Okay, like that, and then a bit here and down that edge. So that's nice. And then I'd pulled in this lace. This was again just a little scrap that was laying about on the table. And thinking have it up here, but now I'm wondering whether I should have it somewhere else. Also got some other lace here which might be better because it's a little bit bigger, so let's just pull this in. I've just cut off like a big chunk here so that I can just pull it in a bit easier. So yeah, what I'm wondering, just chop that down. That's thinking maybe a bit here. That's quite nice, isn't it? And then that piece up there, what do you think? Wondering if that needs to be, because that piece has been inked up, as you can probably see. And actually now I'm wondering whether it would look better with a piece that's not inked up. I know, it probably makes no difference whatsoever really, but sometimes it does make a difference. Yeah, I mean, that does make a difference, just weirdly. Why? Why would that make a difference? I have no idea, but it just did. It just did. Okay. So again, just Fabri-tack this down. Like that. Okay, and then this piece here, again, I'm just going to glue it sort of up to this edge. Well, actually, I could just cut this down. I was going to say and then sort of raggedy cut it, but actually I could probably cut it down now. Just then open that out a bit so it's a bit more straggly and scraggly. Right, check I'm gluing that up the right way. I know I always talk about that, but just go like that. Oh. Just press that down like that, and then you know what we haven't got on here, haven't got any bling, which wow, we can't not have bling on here. That's probably a step too far, but weirdly I quite like it. Yeah, I'm not going to do that, but I guess it's just something to bear in mind maybe going forward, that we could always add that. Now, do I want some bling on here? Would I prefer some bling through there or up here, or we could have both? So let's just cut down just the 3 like that. So oops, just pop those down first. Oops. Oh, they're just stuck on me, not wanting to come off now. Oh, come on. Oh, that just was like stuck, literally stuck to me. Did not want to come off at all. Okay. That's that one. Actually, do you know what I might do as well? I might round the corner. Well, corners. I mean, these ones aren't particularly visible because they're obviously under the lace, but yep, I like how that looks. And what about something up there? And I'm thinking maybe just a little word or something down there. What do you think? This is crazy, isn't it? This piece, it's like crazy embellished, crazy decorated, but weirdly, I'm quite liking it. Yeah, I don't know if I'm alone there or whether you guys think it's actually turned out okay as well, but I hope you think it's turned out okay. I don't mind if you don't. I mean, of course, you know, we all have different tastes, don't we? And yeah, this is very out there, even by my standards. So I won't be offended if you comment below saying you hate it, but sometimes it is nice to do something really different, isn't it? And this for me feels super different. So yeah, really had a lot of fun decorating that. I mean, I'm not quite sure because that was obviously nowhere near my plan for this video. I did not dream of, you know, coupling that bright blue paper with those florals, but I'm quite pleased that I did. So I hope that you got some inspiration there of how to breathe new life into your old stamps. And yeah, I hope that you have super fun time if you decide to actually kind of make some things and, you know, restamp your stamps in some different colours or onto different papers. Thank you so much for joining me, and I hope that you'll all join me again tomorrow. Thanks then. Bye.